I was on a business trip and checked into a hotel late at night. The receptionist handed me the key to room 207 with a strange look, but said nothing. The room felt wrong. The air was heavy. The lights flickered slightly, and the temperature was freezing, even though the heater was on. I tried to sleep, but faint whispers kept me awake. They seemed to be coming from the walls. At midnight, the whispers turned into screams. I turned on the light, and that's when I saw it. Written on the mirror in dripping red letters were the words, "Leave now!" Panicking, I packed my bags and sprinted to the front desk. The receptionist didn't look surprised. He sighed and said, "You weren't supposed to stay in that room. It's been closed for years, after a guest was found murdered in there." As I left, I glanced back at the second-floor windows. Room 207's curtains moved, and I swear I saw a shadow waving goodbye. That night I vowed never to ignore a warning look again.
While cleaning out the attic, we found an antique doll in a wooden chest. My daughter Emily loved it immediately and begged to keep it. It seemed harmless at first. That night, Emily said the doll was talking to her. I dismissed it as her imagination, but over the next few days, strange things started happening. The doll would appear in different rooms, even though no one moved it. At night, we'd hear a faint laugh echoing through the house. One evening, Emily screamed. She said the doll had tried to hurt her. I decided to burn it, but as the flames consumed the doll, a piercing scream filled the air. When I went back to the living room, the doll was sitting on the couch, untouched. Terrified, we locked it in the attic. But every night, we'd hear footsteps above us and the faint sound of the doll's laugh. My wife thought I was going mad until she saw the doll's eyes following her. In desperation, we moved to a new house. The day we unpacked, the doll was sitting in Emily's room, smiling wider than ever before.
I was driving home late one night when I saw a figure on the side of the road waving for a ride. It was a young woman in a tattered dress. I felt bad for her and stopped. She didn't say much, just gave me an address. The drive was silent, but I kept glancing at her in the rearview mirror. Something about her didn't feel right. Her face was pale, her eyes hollow. When we reached the address, I turned to tell her we'd arrived, but the back seat was empty. On the seat, there was a note. "Thanks for the ride. I've been waiting for years." Shaking, I knocked on the door of the house. An elderly man answered, his face grim when I described the girl. "That's my daughter," he said. "She died on that road 20 years ago." I left quickly, but the story didn't end there. The next night, I found the same note on my car's dashboard, and now, every time I drive at night, I feel someone watching from the back seat.
Some stories are too chilling to forget, and some spirits never truly leave. Which story haunted you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, the next shadow you see might not be yours. Because fear lives in the dark.